Hello everybody, John back here again with another video, and today I bring you some Wonder Woman news. Now, of course, as of late, we haven't really gotten some big, over-the-top Wonder Woman news, which makes sense, because ever since the whole Michelle McLaurin thing, that was kind of like the nail in the coffin of, like, ever getting any kind of major updates with the project. But now we've gotten Patty Jenkins to take the helm as director for Wonder Woman, which is interesting, and I really hope that she gives us a pretty badass movie, because I'm pretty sure she can give us something on terms of what she should have done a couple years back, because for those you don't know, she was obviously supposed to direct one of the Thor movies, which never ended up happening. But nonetheless, today we got some very interesting news from Variety, who claimed that allegedly Chris Pine, from obviously the Star Trek franchise, could end up being in talks for a DC comic book movie, for the DC Cinematic Universe, obviously, and he's allegedly in talks to play the character of Steve Trevor. And of course, for those of you who don't know who Steve Trevor is, he's obviously the love interest of Wonder Woman, and he's a U.S. Army official, and, you know, he crash lands in, you know, the Amazon world, and falls in love with Diana, and he's the real bridge to Diana, coming from the Amazon world to obviously the real world, you know, the world that more than likely, you know, Man of Steel is a part of. But that being said, for me personally, when I first heard this, because this is, you know, pretty, you know, as I'm recording this, it's been pretty late in the day that I got to hear about this, so, and it's pretty late in the day for me even talking about this. But for me personally, I'm not the biggest Chris Pine fan. I know there's possibly a huge fan base for him, and, you know, there's always, like, another big Photoshop image of him as Green Lantern, which, you know, a lot of people were speculating that he would end up being. And for me personally, I think he should just stick to Star Trek. For me, I'm not a big Chris Pine fan, and on top of that, I really would like them, DC and Warner Brothers, to go with an unknown for the love interest for Gal Gadot, because, let's be honest, Gal Gadot's not the biggest female lead as of right now. She hasn't really proven herself to be a female lead in a movie, so, and on top of that, you know, if you have someone who's far more famous than her playing the love interest, or like the supporting the next to main supporting role in the film, I feel like could really judge and destroy her significance and presence in the role of the leading actress of the film. It's kind of like the Shazam thing. Like, Dwayne Johnson's awesome. He's a badass. He's fun to, you know, to listen to and hang out with and what have you. And his movies are awesome. And he's a box office success. And I can't wait to see him as Black Adam. But the flip side to that, the unfortunate side of him being the villain of the Shazam movie, is that who are you going to get that's more famous than Dwayne Johnson to be the hero? That's the mistake of, you know, that casting decision. And even though I'm pretty sure Dwayne Johnson's going to kill it, and as much as he's, you know, so enthusiastic with talking about the character Black Adam and how involved he is with the project Shazam, I personally think he would have been better as the hero. But for me personally, I feel that's the same thing with everyone else. You know, like, obviously, the Gal Gadot thing, she's not really leading actress material as of yet. I mean, we still have to wait and see how she fares off in Batman v Superman. But for me personally, I feel you should just go with an unknown with the Steve Trevor. Or not go Steve Trevor at all, because, let's face it, as, you know, Wonder Woman has been in the comic books today, she doesn't really have a love interest, and the only love interest she does have is obviously Superman, and seeing as how Superman's with Lois in this universe, that kind of throws that, you know, idea out the door. And who's the only logical answer? I guess would be Batman. And coming from a dude who grew up with the Justice League animated series, I would rather prefer Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman love interest should be Batman. I think that's a far superior love interest, but I guess they're, you know, for this specific movie, it doesn't kill that Steve Trevor exists in the universe, but I rather would have that kind of route. And if they were going to go with a Steve Trevor for the love interest of Wonder Woman in this current incarnation, I'm not big on Chris Pines. That's why I liked Scott Eastwood to play the character, which, for those of you who don't know, he was rumored to allegedly play the character, and I would have liked that more because, unlike Chris Pines, Scott Eastwood, other than being the son of Clint Eastwood, he's not really that famous. He's practically an unknown, so that's why it fits for these characters to be together. You know, if you have a super famous dude and a not so famous actress and she's supposed to be the lead in the big, big movie, and he's like, obviously, has this whole other kind of significance on screen and presence, I think kills the dynamic. But for me, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, Wonder Woman's not gonna come out until 2017, which is a pretty decent while from now, and we have to wait till Batman v Superman to really get a jump start with that project overall. And overall, I think Chris Pine joining a DC film doesn't kill me, but being Steve Trevor, I don't think is the best choice. And on top of that, I don't know. I'd rather have Batman be the love interest to Wonder Woman. Someone let me know what you personally think. What's a better love interest for Wonder Woman, Batman or Steve Trevor? I say Batman. But that's just me. Let me know what you personally think in the comments below. Let me know also in the comments what you personally think of Chris Pine possibly being in a DC movie and possibly being Steve Trevor. And if not that, who else could he possibly play other than Green Lantern? I'm just saying, we need Idris Elba to be the Green Lantern of this universe. Come on, someone make this happen. Make it happen. I don't care what you have to do, just make that happen. That being said, subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Been John 12.